Good morning. Um, I've said this a few times, but um, I could have only done one video, and that is it, to just introduce myself. And this is particularly relevant, I suppose, now because there are so many speakerphones that are up on the internet and all these different channels squawking, right? And because of all the changes that are taking place simultaneously, right? Because of all the work that's been done. But I would have said the same thing when I was a little kid, a little boy, that I would say now to keep it simple. When you get into all the minutiae of science and math and geometry and pulling space and time and how it all works and all the rest of it, right? You just get lost in all that library, not the complexity, the complex number space. So I try and keep bring it down to the least common denominator, which is, remember Occam's razor, keep it simple. Alcoholics Anonymous, the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. Okay? And I know, and that's why love makes it simple. Right? Absolute love makes it even simpler. And so anybody that's ever just even as a child gone in to look at what are known as the dark arts, black magic, witches, warlocks, sorcerers, magic, all the magic tech. It's tech. Chemistry, bioelectrical chemistry, we're electrical appliances, electromagnetic energy, and all the rest of that. But I just wanted to keep this simple in sort of response to Irina Goaya, who's a friend of mine, who responded to something that I posted on a Facebook thread in response to something that she posted. And so when I put up there how your consciousness, which represents energy, spinning, vortex mechanics, the water down the toilet. How fast are you spinning? How fast are you floating in space and time? So I'm hypersensitive, really, really sensitive. I didn't know how I could even function down here when I was a little kid, because I'm not supposed to experience anything less than the purest of light, which is the purest of eternal absolute love. That's the truth of it. Being in one of these, an avatar. And so when you have a frame of reference as a small child, you see, I've explained how I experience all that by what I share through what I've experienced, from what I'm learning, through what I'm experiencing by being connected, everything else it is. So she put a link up there, and I saw the letters underneath that said Unity Consciousness. Right? So I thought, okay, I'll just put up a reply there and just say that unity, when you think of unity and how you define that like a dipole, unity consciousness, or unity polarity. I'm a polarity integrator, okay? So that simply means, and this is the way that I sort of described it to her, I'm going to keep this simple. In 2016, on December 15th, I lit myself on fire. That is a full phosphorus ignition. That means you just went cosmic. That means you know how to light yourself on fire. Now, we all know in the area of magic, the most powerful magic is the eternal spirit of fire. That's a given. Okay? Because that means that the eternal spirit of fire is what? A purifier. Okay, the purest firewall, that's a firewall in any computer. Okay, so what are you doing? You're protecting your data. You're protecting your star map. You're protecting your course, your chart. Get you around wherever you need to go, wherever you want to go. You know where to go. You know how to get there. Simultaneously. Okay, so I simply explained to her that when I set myself on fire, what happens is at the tip of your toes, the tip of my toes, I went, oh no, I got no control over this. And you're vibrated at such an incredible speed. All the atoms just went ballistic. And you're experiencing every atom, right? Within every cell, within every circuit, everything that you are in this, all the way up to the top of the skull cap, and I thought my skull cap was just going to go nova. It just obliterate into little tiny, tiny, tiny particles. of Christic consciousness. Instead, that's called diffusion. It was diffused. Wow. And the first thing that I realized, hey, I wrote my own timeline. There goes all the data. Right? And then I got a telepathic comm. Yeah, you're one of us, of course. You know, that's Cosmia, Cosmia level avatar. Now you're hypersensitive, which now you go from being an empath to a super empath. Now you're plugged into everything. I feel everything you feel. Right? So my antenna is connected to every antenna. Every antenna that's communicating with all of us. Right, so it's what the soul feels. So now you're one. Now you're one. Now you're experiencing the one. Now you're experiencing the first sound wave wherever you go. That's the first crystal spiral, the one you're with. So now you're experiencing being loved everywhere you go. That means you're in love with everything that you are, which is everything that you're experiencing, that you're connected to, that is experiencing what you are, which is what love is. It goes on forever, gifting electrons at the highest rate of speed. And that's as simple as it gets. Right? So when you're pre-phase, it simply means you're non-polarized, and that's called a non-reactive state. Nothing's happened yet that I can react to because I'm not aware of anything yet, and that's called non-self. Than Truc, I believe is his name, who's in Plum Village in Vietnam, as I remember it, talked about non-self, non-polarized. I'm not experiencing any polarization yet, which means I'm not experiencing electromagnetic spectrum yet, and that would be the entire electromagnetic energy spectrum. Whoa, so you flash in and out that fast. Yeah, because there's always something new to experience. That has never happened before. That's an original musician. That's a primal sound and light view. That's what a mono is. That's what I am. A mono era. Now you're always with the one. So I call that the one creation, the grand creation. So now you're with the grand creator, the prime creator, the source from which it all began, the first wave, the first plasma wave, the first state of awareness. I'm aware of what love is. So you're going to be aware of what love is forever. Yeah, and that is known as love is the absence of fear. And the reason that it is the absence of fear is because you're not in fear of giving energy away at the highest rate of speed. I know. Now we're back to healing. So when you're not afraid to give away any electrons, the one now knows you. The soul knows. The one knows all of us. You cannot escape the one. If you're wanting to light yourself on fire because you don't want to experience any separation from everything that is, that came out of what the one is, then you will be a one. Which means there's no separation between what you are and what I am. There isn't. You're running an antenna, I'm running an antenna. Now I'm aware of what you're aware of. Are you aware of what I'm aware of, which is what love is? And how this relates to the speed, the barter point, if you will, that we can heal each other through our antennas. What we're aware of in consciousness as a plasma wave. So when you're experiencing the first plasma wave, the first unit of consciousness is experiencing the first crystal spiral, right? Spinning time and space. Yeah, let's go. Right? Take that magic wand and go. What's that guy's name? Harry Potter. Let's go, Harry. I know. And the beauty of it is that your power is not inverted. Right? You can be sitting on a beach completely stark naked, being in a completely state of peace, if you will. A still point. And know that you have everything that you need. Just breathing. Just experiencing your breath. The breath of your spirit. Breathing flowers is what I call it. breathing diamond pink roses. I know. So another powerful morning. It's beautiful to walk out here to look out the plate glass window, a sliding glass door, seeing the sun come up and looking over the North Pacific Ocean. Water. The waters calm you. That's true. I saw a little video. Um, I guess it was yesterday, at some point in time, about the water will the waters heal you actually. And so if you remember some videos I did a long time ago, not that long ago, a year ago, about a year ago. July, yeah, a year ago, when I was up on the near Bozeman, Montana, about 80 miles north of Yellowstone National Park, where the big supervolcano caldera is, and in a place called Gallatin Gateway. And there's a river that runs through there. And I got detained, or I was held in a holding pattern where I had to pull off the side of the road, and I didn't have any money for gas because I couldn't access an account because they had decided they were going to do away with the magnetic strip that I was using and issue new ones. So I had to wait for a new one before I could put gas in the vehicle. So this is right next to the river. This allowed me to be able to spend time every day right next to the river. And that's just like being in the waters in the womb of a goddess, your mother, the mother of creation. The mother and father are joined as one. So there's no separation between one and the other. Now you're a blasphemous. That's pre-phase. Now you know how to light yourself on fire because you're experiencing absolute love that's on fire to give energy away. That's it. That's simple as simple does. They used to have a little saying when I was a kid. Love is what love does. Well, what does love do? Give energy away. That's what we do. Love and service to others. Have a good day. Be good to yourself. Mua.